All right, today we are getting our hands dirty and diving deep into the Toyota RAV4 Prime. We're going to go under the hood, figuratively speaking, to see exactly how this incredible piece of engineering works, from the moment you put fuel in the tank or plug it into the wall, all the way to the wheels hitting the pavement. So, you've probably seen these cars everywhere, right? But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually going on inside? I mean, it's so much more than just a gas engine and a battery bolted together. It is an incredibly complex, high-tech system, and we are going to break it all down.
You'll see it really is like a complex dance of power. So let's follow the energy. We're going to trace its path from its two different sources, through the brains of the operation, and right to the road. It's a fascinating journey, trust me.
Okay, first things first, we need to understand the blueprint. Because, not all hybrids are created equal. There are actually a few different ways to blend gasoline and electric power, and knowing the basic types is key to understanding why this particular one is so special. So let's start with the simplest type, the series hybrid. The easiest way to think about this is like an electric car that carries its own power plant. The gas engine's its only job, is to act as a generator and make electricity. It never, ever physically turns the wheels itself.
Then we have the parallel hybrid. Now, this is different. Here, both the engine and the electric motor are connected to the wheels. They can work by themselves, or, and this is the cool part, they can work together, giving you a nice electric boost when you floor it. And that brings us to the brains of the RAV4 Prime. It's what's called a series/parallel hybrid, and it's literally the best of both worlds. It has the ability to act like a pure series hybrid, a parallel hybrid, or any combination in between. The real magic here is that the car's computer is making these changes constantly, in the blink of an eye, to give you the absolute peak efficiency for any driving situation.
So for a system this smart, where does all the energy come from? Well, the RAV4 Prime basically has two hearts beating under the hood, one that runs on gasoline and another that runs on pure electricity.
On one side, you've got this super efficient gas engine. It's 177 horsepower, four-cylinder, that runs on something called the Atkinson cycle, which is just a fancy way of saying it's designed to squeeze every single bit of energy out of every drop of fuel. And on the other side, you've got the high-voltage lithium-ion battery. This is what gives the car its amazing all-electric range, and it packs a serious 355-volt punch.
Now here's a really cool little engineering detail, a battery heater. See, batteries hate the cold. It just kills their performance. So to solve this, the engineers basically created an electric blanket for the battery. Heating wires are literally pressed right up against the cells, which is way more efficient and means you get full power even on those freezing cold winter mornings. Plus, it has two circuits, just in case.
Okay, so we've got our two power sources. One's making horsepower, the other's storing volts. But how do you manage all that energy? Well, that's the job of the system's brain, the electrical command center.
Meet the inverter. This thing is basically the high-voltage traffic cop of the whole system. It's a liquid-cooled powerhouse that directs where all the electricity goes. And one of its most important jobs is converting the DC power from the battery into the AC power that the electric motors actually need to run. But the inverter has another incredible trick up its sleeve. It has something called a boost converter. It takes that 355 volts from the battery, and when you really put your foot down and ask for maximum power, it cranks that voltage way, way up before sending it out to the motors. And when I say way up, I mean it. We're talking up to 650 volts. That massive jump in voltage is the real secret sauce here. It's what allows the electric motors to unleash their full power and gives the RAV4 Prime that shocking acceleration that surprises so many people.
So we've got the power sources, and we've got the brain that controls it all. Now let's look at the muscle, the parts that actually take that high-voltage electricity and turn it into forward motion. See, the RAV4 Prime doesn't have one electric motor. It doesn't have two, it has three of them. They're called motor generators. MG1 is mostly a generator, and it's what starts the gas engine. MG2 is the big one, a beefy 180 horsepower motor that drives the front wheels. And then you have MGR, a dedicated 54 horsepower motor just for the rear wheels. And that rear motor is the key to the E4 all-wheel drive system. What's so clever is that there's no drive shaft, no physical connection between the front and the back.
To save fuel, it spends most of its time in front-wheel drive, but the second the car detects even a hint of slip, it instantly wakes up that rear motor to give you all-wheel drive grip. It's brilliant.
All right, we've met all the key players, right? The engine, the battery, the inverter, those three motors. So now, for the grand finale, let's see how this entire orchestra works together in perfect harmony.
And you, the driver, you're the conductor. You push a button and the car's whole personality changes. Eco mode softens everything up to save every bit of fuel. Normal is your perfect balance for everyday driving. And sport mode? Well, that sharpens the throttle, adds some weight to the steering, and really wakes the whole system up.
And while you're just driving along, there's this symphony happening behind the scenes. You can cruise on pure electric power up to 84 miles an hour. In hybrid mode, the car is constantly blending the two power sources. The motors jump in to assist the engine when you accelerate, and every single time you slow down, regenerative braking is capturing that energy and sending it back to the battery.
Now, obviously, when you're dealing with 650 volts, safety is everything. It has to be priority number one. And this quote, which comes directly from Toyota's own technical documents, shows their philosophy. It's a two-prong approach. First, insulate everything perfectly. And second, have bulletproof systems ready to cut the power in an instant. And here's how they put that into practice. You see those bright orange cables? They're heavily shielded and insulated. But beyond that, there are automatic cutoffs. The high voltage system is instantly disconnected if you turn the car off, if an airbag goes off in an accident, or even if a technician just removes a service cover. It's all about having multiple layers of protection.
So there you have it, the full journey, from the gas station in the wall outlet, through that brilliant command center, out to 3 different motors, all working together as one. This is pretty much the pinnacle of plug-in hybrid tech right now, which really just leaves us with one big, exciting question. What's coming next?